how about that? There are a lot of sites, for example, 1688 or Taobao.
Yeah.
So do you recommend that to buy from that site or only the Alibaba or?
Amazon Japan is the 4th biggest Amazon marketplace in the world, but not too many people are selling it. But Deepak is selling it. So
What should be new seller do when they source? The
okay,
first
that's a good
first
question.
product, huh?
Yeah. Okay. The first product, when you're contacting your supplier,
Most people they say that, hey, you buy $2 product, buy this from Alibaba and sell to the $20, $30, and that's your profit. That's not true. Now I will show you my computer screen and show you actually my today's sales.
So guys, आज हम आ रहे हैं यहाँ लंच करने गैरी के साथ, and I'm going to ask him like what are the best 5 tips for sourcing from China, because he has sourcing experience and he is also owner of the 7-Figure Summit. So you have so much experience by sourcing the goods from China, right? Can you tell some 5, 6 important tips for the new seller who want to source from China?
yes. So I'm Chinese American. I speak Chinese. I used to live in China, in Shanghai, from 2008 until 2019. During that time, I was working in sourcing. I became a director of a sourcing department in a consulting firm. Over that time, I visited over 100 factories all over China, seen stuff from solar water heaters to exercise bikes to auto parts, oil seals. I mean, you name it. I think one of the biggest like rookie mistakes that sellers make is obviously Alibaba, right?
Yes.
Thank arigatou gozaimasu. So my chicken just arrived. Looks good. Everyone knows Alibaba, right? But Alibaba is not like, they don't filter it. So to me, Alibaba is just like, it's like a directory. Like in the US, we say there's like a phone book, right? So there's good, there's bad, there's ugly suppliers on there. So one of the biggest rookie mistakes is just asking for, oh, what's MOQ? What's your lowest price? If you say that first, you look like a rookie, because like the real pros, they don't ask for that first, right? So I think that's number one. Don't do that, because if you do that, most suppliers, they just brush you off. They're like, oh, this is too small. I don't want to waste my time. So
Right.
I think that's one of the biggest rookie mistakes.
Yeah.
But don't do that. Good choice. You want some?
It's fine. So that is a mistake, right?
Yeah.
How about that? What should be new seller do when they source? The
Okay,
first product.
that's a good
First
question.
product, huh?
Yeah. Okay. The first product, when you're contacting your supplier, in order to get more response rates from your suppliers and to get better response rates, you have to put together what we call a RFQ. So you probably know RFQ, request for quotation, right? So it's a very short letter you can put together that, before you talk about, I'm looking to source like these water glasses. Before you get into that, I always try to introduce my company first. Like, which country I'm from, which market, what industry, am I selling online, am I selling online, when my company was founded. Just give them an introduction first so they know who you are, right? It's like meeting someone in person. You don't just say like, oh, what's your MOQ? You have to like know a little about
Yeah, they
them.
will also understand that you are professional.
Yeah,
and not
exactly.
looking for the short term like.
Yeah, because the Chinese people, they get so many inquiries. They're just like, you have to, how do you stand apart from the crowd, right? That's one of the best ways to like a very detailed RFQ. And if you want, we can even like offer, like I have this template that you can use to do that. So RFQ template, like about 5, 6 questions that are relevant. But the thing is, the most important is 1, to introduce yourself, to build some trust, right? And 2 is give them like a forecast, like an order forecast, not just like I want like 500 units. Give them like an annual forecast. Like, you do well, I expect to sell 20,000 units, 50,000 units, right? Don't just lie, make something up, but do your research, right? I'm sure Deepak tells you how to do, order forecasting, stuff like that, right? So be optimistic. This way they know. So this way you look more professional, you introduce yourself, you give them some real numbers, and then ask them for quotations for like a price spread for like 50,000 units, or 10,000 units, and 500 units. This way you can see how the price falls over 3, and then that way you can see, okay, we can negotiate over time, and that can help get the door open to get the conversation started.
He says that build the relation first, right? So whenever we
A little bit, it's like introducing yourself. It's like you're going dating like first time. Just say like, oh, like what's your number? You gotta like warm them up a little bit, right?
So even in our mentorship also, what I always suggest people, like we have also the contact template, right? And we asked them first, right? He said that ask them, even you want to start small, always ask for the quantity breaks. For example, 200 quantities, 1000 quantity, 2000 quantity, so that they also understand that okay, this guy is serious. Maybe this order might be small, but he might be my big client in the future,
Yes.
so they can
You have the
work with you.
potential. You have the growth
Exactly.
potential, right?
And how about that? There are a lot of sites, for example, 1688 or
Yeah.
Taobao.
Yeah.
So, do you recommend that to buy from that site or only the Alibaba or
If
what?
you're a new seller, no, because you have to understand when I lived in China, like everybody knows, there's different quality standards for the manufacturer made in China products.
right.
And like the best is actually export quality. So the thing with 169, like, those sites, 1688 is like, those are for the local market, and then the price may be better, but the quality may be lower.
Right.
It may be like, crap.
But I saw
quality.
so many people, like they always buy from Taobao. They list the product same on the Alibaba
Yeah.
because most people there they speak Chinese, right?
Yeah.
So means it's very hard for us to communicate with them.
No. Yeah, that's the other thing, because on Alibaba, the company is going to have someone that speaks English, because English is the language for global trade. But if it's on 1688, that's for the local domestic market. So you probably need someone to help you translate, or it's going to be difficult. And then the third reason why I don't recommend that is those sellers on 1688, they don't have an export license. And
Exactly.
in order to legally export from China, if you want to do real business, you got to have an export license. So most everyone on Alibaba, they have the export license. They can ship it to you direct. But if you go through 1688, I mean, you probably have to go through like a third party, like a trading company or someone with the export. So that's just more trouble than it's worth. I mean, like maybe over time, if you grow, you can have more wherewithal to do that. But starting out, I don't recommend that. It's more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah, in the morning, I think someone asked me like, "Hey, can I buy from the 1688?" And I said that you can, but the problem is it's very problematic. You cannot speak Chinese with them. Also, he said that the export's problem, right? So I have experience to order from the 1688, but what I did was I asked my supplier to buy from them, and I give some little bit commission to my supplier, and then
No.
But it's usually hard.
That's smart.
But Alibaba, as per my opinion, see, I'm ordering from Alibaba. It's still good, but if you want to see different countries, for example, India or maybe Vietnam, Thailand, Nepal, Bangladesh, you can also order from them because they have also trade agreement.
A common mistake a lot of sellers make is they're in such a rush to place that order, they forget to do QC, they forget to do the quality control check. Always do some sort of inspection. Okay, so
Right.
offer two tips. One is before you place an order, always get a sample, especially if it's a new, because otherwise it's just talk. Right? It's just, I tell you, it's so good, and quality, don't worry, no problem, no
Quality
problem.
is our culture.
The
dear.
quality, yeah, whatever. I mean, but show me.
I'm so tired.
I have to. I mean, you have to trust but verify, right? So always get the sample first, okay? And then this way, when you get the sample in hand, you can see exactly. You can also evaluate how long does it take for them to deliver the sample. Are they paying attention to the details, like what you want, even like the correspondence, right? You ask them for the address, maybe they got the address wrong. They're not paying attention on the sample. That's like a predictor of future, performance, right?
See, look, when you order the sample, what happens is like they can make very good sample, but the problem is when you make a bulk order, that time that all 500 quantity or maybe 1000 quantity might not be same.
Yeah.
For that purpose, he suggests that you should do the inspection.
Yeah.
And when
Well, that's the second step. So that's like the
Yeah.
first tip is the sample, make sure you get it, and then the second tip is to do a pre-shipment inspection.
Right.
So let's say if you have like a 500 units, get pre-shipment inspection, like look for like AQL like 2.5. So it's about like $300 US for like 1 man day of work. I use QIMA, but there's many inspection agencies. That's super important because you want to, if there's any quality problems, you want to catch it before it leaves the factory floor.
Right.
Because if you wait till it lands in Amazon, it's too late. Are you going to send it from America back to China? No way, right?
Yeah,
You're stuck. It's your problem. But if you catch it on the factory floor, and also I'll actually offer a fourth tip is make sure you have payment terms. Never pay 100% upfront, because if you do, like, let's say common terms 30/70, right? You withhold the 70 until after the inspection and you're happy with it, until they fulfill, the purchase order, right? So anything that's wrong, you just say, look at the purchase order. We wanted, this specification, this measurement. It was too long, it was too short, it was too big, too small, etc. Until they fix it. Once they fix it, okay, then you release the money, right? That way you have leverage. If you pay 100%, they're like, whatever, right? They don't care. They already got paid, right?
Sometimes like supplier will ask you like, hey, order is very small and pay upfront 100%.
Yeah.
Never ever pay. Tell them that, hey, I will pay you 30% first and 70% before the before the shipment and after the inspection.
Yeah.
About inspection, I want to ask you: is it necessary to do full inspection, or we can do?
Full inspection is very expensive.
Yeah,
Deepak,
exactly.
In China, there's a saying in Chinese. It's called 货比三家. 货比三家. I speak Chinese, so I know. 货比三家 means when you want to buy something, you have to go to 3 stores before you buy it. Okay? You go to store A, store B, store C. This way you can see the different price, the different quality, the different customer service, so you can compare, right? Never just talk to one store and buy it, because if they rip you off, you don't know. 2, sometimes it can still happen. 3, normally, you cut your risk, right?
Right.
So when you're negotiating, going back to the RFQ, make sure you send to many suppliers. I normally try to send 15.
Most sometimes they don't reply also.
Yeah,
Right?
you send it's like long list, 20 suppliers, short list, maybe five good ones. Then you get the price spread, and you can negotiate them against each other. So that way you can say, oh, supplier A, I really like your quality, but I received another quotation. It was 50 cents lower. Can you price match? We'll start the order right there. Right? So this way you can negotiate like intelligently. So yeah, those will be my top 5.
And can you tell me about like
7-figure seller Japan Mastermind.
So can you tell me about that? Means like what's that about actually?
Yeah, so Amazon Japan is the 4th biggest Amazon marketplace in the world, but not too many people are selling it. But Deepak is selling on it. So we know that it's a big market, and it's not as competitive as the US, as UK, as Germany. In fact, it was ranked number 8 in number of sellers. So you can see 4th biggest market, 8th number of competitors. So, it's like a blue ocean opportunity. So I'm putting together a conference, a 3-day event in Okinawa, April 8th to the 10th. We're inviting 8-figure Amazon Japan sellers, 7-figure Amazon Japan sellers, import compliance experts. Basically, they'll show you the entire roadmap from A to Z, how to do product market fit, how to sell in Amazon Japan. We'll also cover Rakuten, offline retail as well. So it's a 3-day in-person event. We also have some top sellers from the US coming. People like Brandon Young. He's an 8-figure seller. He's like voted top Amazon
I met
consultant.
him last year.
Yeah, you met him last year. What did you think of the event?
Yeah, it was really good. Like many times I told my student, like I met one person that Kingo.
Kingo, yeah.
Yeah, he was making like $40 million.
$40 million, yeah.
Yeah, means event is very good, but I really recommend for those are selling. They are already selling on Amazon. It's very good because they understand the new techniques.
Yeah.
And if you go there, that is high level knowledge. It's not like they will not teach you like this is how you can create an account.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Because 7-figure means everybody is selling like a 7-figure. They are making millions of dollars. So of course, if you're still interested, you should join because means like if they can afford, right?
Yeah.
There is some particular
level
fee, and if you want to check, you can check the video description.
Yeah.
There you can see like how much the fee is and
we can offer a coupon for your audience if you want.
Really?
Yeah.
So how much you can
do $100 off.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Now I will show you my computer screen and show you actually my today's sales. The date that I'm recording is the 29th Feb 2024. So right now I have 98,000 in sales. Please understand, it's not a profit. Most of the time people show this is I'm doing actually, but that's not a profit, and I will tell you exactly how much I'm getting the profit. But let's see first. And yesterday, if you see, yesterday it was 85,000 Japanese yen, and it was 106, and last it was 78,000 only. So let me refresh so that you guys understand this. And you can see here I am just refreshing, and it's like 124,000 right now, and the timing you can see like 7:23. I'm recording on the same date. The reason that I'm showing, because most people, they only teach, but they don't actually do the business. Please believe me, I saw so many people doing this, and that's okay for them. But here I want to tell you, it's all possible if you really work one-on-one with someone. I have one-on-one mentorship program, and before that, let me tell you also month to date. For example, it's only 29th. What is that? 29th, right? Or maybe let's say year to date, this year, only 2 months, we already covered this much amount. If you want to see last year, this was my sales. So I'm doing pretty well according to my opinion. And if you have a question, for example, what's your profit margin? If you do a private label, your profit margin is high. Most of the time, people say that their profit margin is 40%, 50%. But please understand, this is before PPC. Advertising takes a lot of money on Amazon. Most people, they say like, hey, you buy $2 product, buy this from Alibaba and sell to the $20, $30, and that's your profit. That's not true. There are lots of fees involved in this, and biggest fee, as per my opinion, is Amazon, PPC fee. So if you talk about the profit margin, my profit margin after the PPC, I'm talking, please understand, after the PPC means after the advertisement, my profit margin is 23 to 25%. So when I started, my profit margin was 17%, 20%, 22%, 25%. Before PPC, it's huge. I always teach in my mentorship, target at 40% or more. Most people fail there. So sell high price product. Please understand. If you can see here, my average product price is 3,500. Most people, they start with like 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. It's hard, guys. It's very hard. So what I'm recommending you, if you want to learn one-on-one with me, make sure you have enough fund. You can DM me on Instagram or email me. Most of my video on this channel is in Hindi language, right? So this was talk with Gary, so I thought that why not record in English, so that if you see the video, it means you are serious. If you want to build a business in Japan, it's still profitable, it's a good opportunity, but learn with someone that you believe. One-on-one is great, and I help actually in my mentorship program from scratch. I mean, what is your level, I don't know. We will start with zero. I'll hold your hand, 24/7 access with my Skype. I reply there within 24 hours, and weekly sessions are there. So I start from zero and do every session, every weekly sessions with me from product research to product launch. So everything is included there, and later on I also help to launch the product. So PPC also I do the sessions with you. So basically it's a 12 weeks program, but even it's more, that's totally bad. 12 weeks means 3 months you should finish, but usually I help until 6 months. Right? So if you are interested, if you want to do the business, make sure you need to have $2,000 to $5,000. Please understand why I'm saying $5,000. It's not necessary, because I started with $2,000. So if you have that much money, because mentorship fee is not included in that. So if you are interested, DM me. So please understand, it's not get rich quick. It's not easy business. It needs so much effort. There is no any guarantee in this business, please understand. But if you learn with someone that you has already doing this business, you can learn a little bit, faster. But please understand, think a long term. This still works. It's not easy at all, but you can make money. That's about this video, guys. If you like the content, please like, share, subscribe, and message me on the Instagram or email me. See you in the next video.